Happy New Year, Karen. I'm so happy to see you on this very early January day in 2023.
Happy New Year, Katie. I feel like my year has started because I'm seeing you.
That's exactly how I feel too. And it's January 4th, and it felt weird until today. It also felt weird the last 2 weeks not seeing you. I will be honest. I always miss you. I've always wondered what has been going on with you. I know I could text you, but I didn't. Sorry.
it's it's really okay. Well, and I feel like we save it. It's like you save things up for therapy sessions. Like we have to, we save things up, I feel like, until we see each other.
Yes, exactly. We do. And listeners, I hope that all of you had a wonderful break. If you took a break, and get ready because this episode is so brilliant. Karen, thank you for bringing it up. Okay, how do we tee this up? This is amazing.
So, long story very short, right now, the New York Times Well section is running this happiness challenge. It's a 7-day happiness challenge. And day 2 of it is the power of the 8-minute phone call. And I love this idea. I love the author's description of it. I love the idea of it. This whole project seems really cool, the whole happiness challenge thing. So I pitched it to you, Katie. And thank you, as always, for being open to my crazy ideas.
I love your ideas, every single one of them. And this one, I mean, I will link everybody. If you have a subscription to the New York Times, highly recommend it. Just get a subscription to the New York Times for the next couple days. You could probably get a free subscription for a few days and then cancel it. It's worth it to read this article about the 8-minute phone call. Honestly, like it's, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I really should catch up with so-and-so, but our conversation is going to be 7 hours, or, more realistically, 45 minutes, but you don't have 45 minutes, whatever it is, 8-minute phone call can solve your life. Like, this is amazing.
Oh my God. Exactly. And I like what the author says is that she says there's this friend who she's known for 30 years, and it's been really hard to get this person on the phone. And I completely relate to this idea that, like, I can't talk to this person until I have 2 hours set aside.
100%.
And that is the beauty of this 8-minute phone call, is like, you don't need the 2 hours. And she says it's amazing how much they squeezed in that period of time.
I mean, this is incredible. I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Okay.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so I have on my phone 7 minutes, so we will get a 1-minute warning when 8 minutes. When 7 minutes is up, we'll have 1 more minute. And then listeners, we're done. Like, that's it. Like, we'll see you next week. So here we go. Ready, Karen?
Yes, I'm right. Not really, but okay.
Now I'm
let's go.
nervous. Why am I nervous? Okay, here we go. All right, and start. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. Okay, so we can do this. We can do it.
Can we? I mean, truth be told, we've just talked for an hour.
We have.
Before we hit record.
We did, but I do like what we were texting about before we even got on today, which was talking about like the idea of intentions, and also the idea of like kind of accepting yourself as who you are. I mean, here's the thing. So like the new year, like for me, the energy of a new year is exciting. It's exciting. It's kind of like, okay, let's do this. I can do this new thing. I can be this new person. And I think that's just contagious and societal. And like, that's just something that like we as a Western society believe in terms of like turning a page. And there is this corrosive, toxic part of it to me that says new year, new you. Like, and what about the idea of like just believing that I'm fabulous the way I am, and just trying to double down on the things that are working.
I love this idea of doubling down on the things that are working, and that coming at it from a success and a growth mindset, like really just thinking about your life and the things that you're happy with and amplifying those things, putting your energy toward those things, and not focusing so much on what you're not doing or what you're not achieving or the goals you're not meeting.
Totally. And it's not saying that like, oh, don't have any goals or like whatever, but it's like, no, like just try to be, it's like a grateful practice, really. Like I was listening to the Chelsea Handler podcast this morning, and it's funny-ish. It's called Dear Chelsea if anyone wants to listen to it. But the most recent, or one of the most recent ones, is with Mandy Moore, and she's talking about her, like, Chelsea's talking about her gratitude practice. And like Mandy is asking, basically what happened was Mandy asked, how do you bring more joy into your life, like in general, like a very lofty big question. And Chelsea's like, honestly, I started writing the things that I'm grateful for every single morning. And I know this is not a new idea, but like she's like, it actually, I've been doing it for 6 weeks and it's dramatically changed how I feel. And I'm like, okay, this is just because you're actually being grateful for shit that you already have, not stuff that
Mhm.
you're trying to get. Like, we're talking about, like, I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm alive. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a really nice sweater that I'm going to put on today for my closet that I don't have to buy. Like, I don't have to go online shopping.
Exactly. And I know we've talked about this, like also being grateful for the things that are challenging. Like,
Yes.
I feel like my epiphany about gratitude, and maybe I've talked about this, was having a challenging experience with the people in my life and thinking, you know what? I am grateful that I even have these people in my life.
Ooh, I love that.
It was family. And it was just like, I am grateful that these people are still with us. I am grateful that I still get to even interact with them. Not everybody has relationships with their family. Like, this is challenging, but I'm so grateful that I even just get to be here with them.
Yes. And you don't have to buy anything for that gratitude and that good feeling. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to be a new Karen. No, like, it's just like it's just a switch of a mindset.
Totally. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. I really do. And it's also not to say that, like, expressing that you have a word for the year or a phrase for the year. Like, there's nothing wrong with those things. And I just think it's like, I think there's something calming to me to just think like, hey, I'm great the way I am. That's it.
Yeah.
And everyone listening, great the way you are.
And I think 1,000%. And I think I wrote this to you that I have started journaling again. I used to journal every day. I was really good about it. And then I stopped. And so I'm trying to get back into it. And I was journaling and I was like bitching to myself about like feeling shitty about something. And I was just like listing, had started this, like, I feel this way and I feel this way. And I stopped myself and it was just like, how do I wish I felt right now? I
Ooh.
wish I felt calm. I wish I felt peaceful. I wish I felt connected and all of these things. And it was like so helpful to think about the aspiration, to think about where I was trying to get to rather than where I felt stuck
I
at.
love that.
It's
How
very
did that
helpful.
switch your, like, did you just feel like less angsty in that moment, or how did it feel for you?
I did feel less angsty. I started to focus on, okay, what would make me feel calm right now? What would make me feel more grounded? What would make me feel more connected to what I was doing? Like,
Yes.
it was really helpful for that.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Karen. I think that's such a great idea, and I feel like it's also a reminder to start journaling. Like, that's like I am the kind of person that journals when things are in the shitter. Like,
Right.
things are really, really bad. And then when things are really great, I have like long stretches in my journal where I'm like, oh, I didn't write for several months. That's interesting. And then it's like, but if you read my journal straight through, you'd be like, wow, this person has the worst life ever. And it's like, I think that just kind of, yeah, thinking about how you want to feel, harnessing that energy in a positive way, and then writing about it, it's really powerful.
So far, so good. It worked one day. We'll see.
Yes. I see this as just it's totally working. You're an enlightened queen.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank
I'm,
you.
envisioning of you, Karen.
We are a royal court together, Katie.
We are.
Yes.
We are. We are a royal court. We are knighted. I don't know. Are women knighted? I'm not sure, but
Are they
damed?
ladies?
I don't know.
Ladied?
We're ladied. We're ladied. I don't think you can be damed, but you can be ladied.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. Okay, wait. So time check. We have 1 minute and 26 seconds. That's
Oh,
so well, we have actually 23 seconds until the 7 minute mark. Okay, that's too much detail, but basically
oh my God. This is what happened. I feel like with the 10 minutes, by the third 10-minute episode, do you remember that? We were just like
yes.
at 8 minutes, like, oh, well, I guess we're done.
I don't know. We should just call it. We're good. Oh my God, it's so true. Okay, so here we go. All right. So if you can hear that little timer, that's the stop button. All right, so we have 1 minute left. Okay, so I just feel if we were to say that we had intentions for this year, I would just say to be more embracing of my fabulosity, but that's my only
Mm,
intention. And also to be outside. I actually really want to be outside more.
yes, that's great. I love both of those things. Uh I am definitely looking for more calm and to feel more grounded. And those feel like positive, doable things. Like,
Yes.
I'm not trying to get to a certain weight. I'm not trying to achieve any of these weird, lofty things. Like, those both feel like achievable things to me.
I love that. I love that to be more grounded and calm. And like you don't have to go out and buy stuff for that.
Yeah.
And or like be like you say a certain weight or a certain way or anything like that. I love that. Yeah, for me it's like to be outside, I just have to remember
Mm.
I can just walk out my door. That's considered outdoors. Like I think sometimes, oh, if I really want to be outdoorsy, I have to like, take oh shit, we're at 8 minutes. Okay. All right, well,
Click.
that's that's the end of that thought. But
No. Wait, please finish your
okay,
thought.
wait. No, but I can go out and I can go out and hug a tree in my backyard. That was the end of that sentence. So
But you
winning.
live in this really beautiful place where I could see where you're like, oh no, I need to go out to the river. I need to go out to the woods. I need to go out
Exactly.
snowshoeing and
Totally. I'm very lucky in
jumping
that
in it,
way. Yes, and
jumping in the river.
jumping in the river, which P.S. we have not talked about in the pod, which I really will next time tell everyone how that whole cold plunge thing it
Oh,
was because I'm gonna do it again. It's gonna,
oh
yeah,
my God.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna invite Tyler this time and he can't get out of it. He's already said yes, but I'm going to make sure that he comes. That sounds really sadistic, but anyway, hopefully he will be okay with it and I'll have his consent and not be forcing him into the freezing cold river. Anyway, random tangent. So this has been a fun 8+ minute conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, this is amazing. And thank you everyone for listening. We will see you next week.